But LeBron, I was gonna ask you on LeBron
Oh
though.
yeah,
His
that's right.
Hennessy thing, where like
Yeah.
he announced like
Oof.
his extra another year, the 23 and all that's number one. I want your thoughts on that announcement, how he did it, and number two, is this his last year? That's what everybody's wanting to know, or do you think he's going to continue on past the season?
First off, I knew it was a stunt, but I still was like scared. It still pissed me off because he
Mm-hmm.
kept the I believe it was the same fit from the original decision when he went to the Heat. But the reason why I had a feeling it was a stunt, aside from internet theories about Amazon Day and Taco Day or Taco Tuesday or whatever, aside from all that, he's gone on record and said how much he regrets making the decision because he can see now that it was kind of a slap to the face of Cleveland fans, and he should have had more respect for them, even if they don't agree with him leaving. He should have been more cordial about it. So I had a feeling that at least he wasn't going to be like, I want to trade or anything like that. But on the other hand, the more you think about it, and saying I'm going to retire at the end of the year, that doesn't do any disservice to Lakers fans. It's not like he's saying, like, I don't like this team, I don't like the direction. It's him saying, I'm calling it quits. So it was still his decision. But how he went about it, man, it's playing with your heart. That's the second year in a row he did that, although the first time he did have the hashtag ad underneath it. In terms of his decision, I want to say that he would announce a farewell tour beforehand. But on the other hand, there was a leak on IG Live of him at dinner, and he said to someone like, "Yeah, he said this after the end of last NBA season. He said, "Yeah, my wife wants me to be done this time next year or something like that." And I don't know. He definitely seems like the kind of guy because of the decision, because of all these advertisements. Being the face of the league for so long that it seems like someone that would want to have a farewell tour start to finish. But maybe he would surprise us and not announce it till later or not until the end of the year. He's kept us guessing at the end of every season for the past couple of years. He's kind of left some cliffhangers at end of season interviews. But I do think that he'll go one more year after this year. And I hope he does at least because, I think that, and it seems impossible, right? Because LeBron's probably the most scrutinized NBA athlete of all time. But I feel like people would like that. At least the people that have hated him since Miami would probably finally at least respect the fact that they love to hate him instead of just hate him as a person, and would kind of give him the justice of a farewell tour.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you said farewell tour, it reminded me of Mike Krzyzewski's farewell tour. That was hilarious. I just wanted to reference that. That was so funny to me. At every game, this is his final home game. This is his final road. It was like, come on, like great coach. It's awesome, but man, that farewell tour kind of drags. But with LeBron though, whether he does something like that or not, I do agree with your statement of people that love to hate him because yes, most people, even the people out there like, oh, LaFlop and he's not a good player and all this, everyone knows he's an elite player. Okay, the guy is incredible. And yes, we live in an era now where guys are playing sports longer. On average, we've seen it with Tom Brady, Drew Brees in the NFL. We saw the Unk Bowl last night, right? You saw
great game, by the way.
And Rodgers. So, we're seeing older athletes more often now. I mean, the NBA, you had Jordan playing till he was 40. I mean, it's happened before, but the thing that makes LeBron so incredible is the fact that he's playing at such a high level still. That's something Jordan cannot say when you talk about
nobody.
So.
Yeah, nobody can say that. There have been great players at 40, but none that are still 90% of what they were. And, I say that about the farewell tour because you think Celtics fans cheering on Kobe, you think Boston fans cheering on Jeter, Yankee fans cheering on Ortiz. So it's happened before. You remember how even at Larry Bird's jersey retirement ceremony, Magic Johnson came and spoke, and he took off his Lakers jersey, and there was a Celtics jersey underneath it. Like it's bigger than sports. Obviously, when you look at the documentaries like the Bad Boy Pistons era and whatnot, you think of, oh yeah, like we hate these guys, we hate their city, but you don't appreciate them until they're gone. Like as a Jets fan, I love to hate Brady. I hated how freaking good he was. but and how much team success they had. But when he went to the Buccaneers, I was like, all right, like, you know what? This doesn't seem like such a bad scenario. I kind of like am having fun watching the Bucks. And then when he retired, I was like, respect. Even though he pushed an extra year out of that, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But like, you still learn to respect the guys that are at the top of the class, and the game is definitely going to be different, and it's going to take a ratings hit when LeBron leaves, in the same way it will when Curry leaves or Durant.
Absolutely, and I mean, I think Curry's got a few more left, so I definitely won't ask on like when you think he'll leave, because I mean, I think 3 or 4 or 5 years, somewhere in that, probably 3 or 4. He's still really good. It just depends on when these guys want to leave. Dwayne Wade retired a lot quicker than people thought. He was still good, and he
was solid.
You never know.
He had a triple-double, I think, his last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was shocked when he announced. I was like, "Oh man, Dwayne Wade's gone." I like it, and it hit. But I mean, when LeBron leaves, it's gonna really hit. People like you said, love to hate him, and it adds fuel to the fire. It adds to the debate. I mean, every time you turn on TV and it's NBA coverage, they're talking about LeBron, even if he's not on. I mean, that's the way that it is. I mean, you could be watching the Suns versus the Thunder, and they're talking about LeBron's going to get fit in there somehow, even though he's got no relation to either team in any way outside that those teams are in the Western Conference and the Lakers are. I mean, I think a lot of people, want to see LeBron win another title to really like solidify, kind of like how Brady won one more very late. If LeBron could win another one, even with Luka being the best player on the team right now, if he could win another one, that would really go a long way in his legacy, because the 2020 or 2021, whatever that era when they won in the bubble thing, that people just, you know how it is. Like, oh, well,
that's so annoying. That's so annoying to me, because if anything, they were at a disadvantage because they didn't have home court as the 1 seed. Like you give them a neutral ground, if anything. And like also the fact that like there were no fans there, but it's in Orlando, which is in Florida. Obviously, the Magic hate the heat, but outside of that, all the virtual fans are likely going to be Miami fans, because they're the ones that get first access to the virtual calls too. So like whatever you want to say about the bubble, that like it wasn't the same atmosphere, whatever. The Lakers and the Bucks were at the biggest disadvantage because they didn't have the home court advantage.
Absolutely, that is 100% fair. I think that when looking at LeBron's career, it's a lot bigger than that, though. If that's his last title, you look at what he did before.
Yeah, so be it.
Yeah, it was a super team, but those Heat teams were incredible, and he was the best player on those teams. He was amazing. What he did for Cleveland, I know a lot of Cleveland fans still hate him, which is hilarious.
Shocking to me.
Cleveland fans don't like him after he came back and won him a title.
Yeah, that's shocking.
You not like him.
I have never met a Cleveland fan that still hates him.
There are some. I think a lot of them are internet people. They are. I think true people in Ohio like LeBron, but like the internet people, there's some other like Cleveland fans they have on their handles. They're like, oh, LeBron, I don't like LeBron. It's just like, how do you not like LeBron?
I see more Lakers fans that don't like LeBron just because they feel like he's maybe old and holding up the team a little bit. And also because he's always floating around in does he want to be there rumors. And I've seen more Heat fans not like LeBron than Cavs fans. I remember when LeBron left Cleveland, there was this trend of people holding up his jersey with a match, and then they put or a lighter, and then they put the lighter down, and it's like, thank you, LeBron. And it's kind of corny, but like it's better than burning his jersey outright like they did the first time.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just funny, though. Like the fact that you've got a guy that has won titles at all these places, and there are fans, supposedly. Some of them are probably just being corny, like you said, or playing it up for clicks and drama and stuff, but that don't like him, even though he's done so much for your city, for your team. It's crazy. I mean, he's won at the Lakers and the Cavaliers and the Heat. They should all like him to some degree. I think most do. Fans in the NBA in general, again, there's a lot of reasons why they don't like LeBron. I mean, his antics, on the court, the flopping stuff, and a lot of people just don't like him personally. Again, that's fine, but he is going to be, missed when the league went out of the league. The league is not going to be the same. Obviously, we've got a plethora of superstars right now. The NBA is going to be fine. There's so much must-see TV with Shea and Jokic, and there's new stars coming in all the time. He's going to move on.
I just
So
think that
without Jordan and Kobe, it will be fine, but it will be different.
I just think that because LeBron's a household name, when he retires, that's why the league will take a ratings hit. Because outside of Curry, who else is a household name? I mean, Kevin Durant is kind of, but there's not really anyone else. Household names in the NBA, you know, Melo was, Kobe was, Dwayne Wade was. You can say Chris Paul a little bit, but because he's not necessarily a star anymore, like who else is a household name in the NBA?
Probably not. I mean, these younger guys are gonna have to, you know, over time to become those household names. You know, like
Yeah. And when I say
become
household,
that by your legacy and stuff, and your influence and all that.
yeah, when I say household, I don't mean like a casual ball knower knows you. Like if that by that definition, LaMelo Ball is one. But like I'm talking about like my mom knows who you are. You know, down in a retirement home, they've heard your name before. Like that's what I mean by household. Like people who don't give a damn about basketball know who you are.
For sure. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody in the current NBA, these younger guys, can become household names. Because, like I said, it's a lot bigger than basketball. It's just your influence in general, like how big of a name you are, all in circles. So it'll be interesting. I'm sure that will happen, though, because throughout history and sports, there's always household names. It will happen to some degree. I mean, we live in the social media age where anybody probably can become a household name if your name gets floated around. I mean, if you do something, you know. Hopefully not anything that's going to make you look negative, but positive stuff. But that's just the way that it is. So it's an interesting point. Definitely LeBron, bigger than basketball. His name's that big. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens with the NBA after he is gone.